So today I'm going to turn this into this. So here's the 1-inch foam I bought, and I've already trimmed it, but I've got 2 of these chairs left. And I thought, well, if I'm going to sit in them and sit in them for a while, why am I just putting in a 1-inch foam when I can put in a 2-inch foam and be that much more comfortable? So here's the 2-inch foam I bought, and I tried to buy the densest kind, so it'd be more padding. So I bought it in a 2-foot by roughly 5 or 6 foot. And on the 1-inch foam that I bought, I think I bought it in 2 foot by 2 foot. As long as you have enough width, you can buy the length in multiple lengths, and it's cheaper to get it in multiple lengths. If you just buy a 2x2 for 1 or 2 chairs, or a 2x4, and then do that multiple times, it costs more for them to cut it, package it, and ship it than it is to just cut it and send it to you in a long roll. By the way, I got the foam from Go-To Foam on Amazon. So I decided to use the base of one of the seats as a template. So now I'm going to cut it with my my fish fillet knife, and we'll see how that works. Here's a pattern I chose. It was fairly cheap. It's cheaper than what I expected, and it's sold by the yard. Calculated the square feet and then calculated the square yards and then kind of figured it out from there. But also, this is kind of directional. You can see the lines. The screws are at the top and the bottom, so I can't just turn it 90 degrees and make everything the same direction. Using this particular material, you can see there's a little bit of a ridge right here. I'm gonna try to cut it along that ridge and get this square. So one thing I want to make sure of is where the screw holes are. To match the other chair, my lines go side to side. So I just need to make sure my orientation is, this is front to back, side to side. So I bought this material. This is just a masonite board. So I just bought it. It's 1/8 inch. I bought it at Home Depot, and I bought it in 2 foot by 4 foot section. So I wanted to show you a little something. There's a little ridge down in here that this backer board kind of recesses down into. I wanted to try to be a little bit more accurate, so I actually measured the inside of this ridge, front and back, side to side, and transferred that to my board, and then cut it. So it's 14 1/4 by 14 1/4. So I cut it 14 1/4 by 14 1/4. And then the corners I just kind of eyeballed with a pencil. And I actually took my grinder with a flapper, 120 grit flapper blade, and I just kind of rounded those corners off, and it's actually worked pretty good. So I took a little bit more time than I did on the others, but I kind of thought, well, I'm doing this, I might as well do it right. I might as well kind of clean it up, make it look pretty. So the first thing I'm gonna cut this piece off and get rid of that dead weight there. I'm gonna definitely make sure I'm outside my table, so don't cut the table. All right, so I got the material down, put the foam down in the center of it, put the board with a rough side back for the staple to go in. I'm gonna try to keep this square, and then I'm just gonna staple all the way around. I bought went to Harbor Freight and bought a cheap nail gun with compressed air. And then Home Depot had these staples, and these were the smallest ones I could find. Yeah, that's pretty good. So now all I gotta do is come around here, trim this up. So I'll get a pair of scissors, we'll do some trimming and do some more test fitting. So the next thing we need to do is line this up on the chair and make sure that none of the material is in the way of the screw holes, and then we'll have to trim a little bit more. All right, so now I'm gonna take my marker, now that I've got this kind of centered where I want it, and I'm gonna get up underneath here and I'm gonna mark the holes where I want the screws to go in. All right, now I'm gonna flip it over, line it all back up, use my drill and drill the screws in. All right, so I'm gonna pre-drill a couple holes to test to make sure my screws are going to go in the material without busting anything out or making a mess. Oh yeah, I like that a lot. That also helps center the holes. That's good and tight too. Yeah, I like that. I don't want to over torque it, because then it'll strip out and then I'm screwed. So this is the seat completed. With a 2-inch cushion. Where you can see is this one, just a 1-inch cushion. Recover a chair, folding chair, instead of buying a new one. And you made it more comfortable with a thicker material. Just buy your indoor outdoor material, use the old material and equipment as a template. All you gotta do is figure it out one step at a time. Make it easy. Thanks for watching.